Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Tuesday night, I'm just chilling. Let's philosophize a little bit. Let's talk about change. There's a lot of change going on in the world. Maybe a lot of change going on in your life. Maybe you're due for some change. How do you handle change? Some people don't really handle it very well. I find myself going back and forth with it. Sometimes I handle it well, sometimes I don't. I'm very routine oriented. And when my routine gets broken up, it can get me agitated or stressed out or give me anxiety. And I have to train myself, meditate on going with the flow. I talk about that a lot. On being prepared for anything that can happen. But there's some wisdom involved with going through change. So let's talk about it. And there's three areas that I want to focus on. The before it happens, during, when you're in the middle of all those waves, when you're in the middle of the change, and then after. And some of this could be long and drawn out, but some of that could happen all within a flash, the before, during, and after. So let's just hash it out for a little bit, philosophize on this, talk about change. Some people are really good at going through change. They do this stuff naturally. It just comes naturally. Like Michael Jordan playing basketball. It looks like it comes naturally. Of course, it took a lot of practice for Jordan. There was a time when he sucked. And he was going around telling everybody, I'm going to be the best. They laughed at him. But some people need to practice this. And I guess it helps to understand how it works. So, change can happen fast. I mean, there may be a long lead up to it. But once it happens, things start happening fast. A good example is this election. Sure, we had 4 years of campaigning and all kinds of nonsense. I try not to pay attention to it all. I'm not a very political person. But Trump was elected just the other day. It's just been a couple days. A week maybe. And I don't know if you guys have been following, but there's a lot of change happening globally. He's not even president yet. He just got elected. He won't be president until the Biden term is officially up. A couple more months, but I mean, things are happening so fast. So change can happen fast. And you have to be ready. Timing is everything. When it comes to success, timing is everything. And I know what it's like to not be successful because I've had poor timing. So you got to be ready to move. When shit happens, you got to be ready. Be already ready already. I forget who said that, but somebody used to say that and I used to laugh. But it's true. And he would always say, I'm already ready already. And it's just like, you don't have to get ready. You're ready. You can live your life ready. This is what the Mind, Body, and Soul program is really about in some ways. I mean, there's a lot to it. And I didn't invent it. But it is kind of like this cure-all elixir for so much of our problems in life. That's why I think it's so beautiful. People are constantly looking for this theory of everything. Well, I don't know if we'll ever find it through quantum physics, but you certainly can find it through lifestyle management, and Mind, Body, and Soul is great prep work for change. Because you're focusing on strengthening yourself in the three most important areas of your life. And if you put those areas out as headings, you can basically map out every other aspect of your existence, and it's all connected into that. So if you focus on your mind, body, and soul daily discipline as a way to strengthen yourself and be ready for change, be ready for the obstacles, be ready for the surprises, the storms, whatever it is, for the good times. What if you won the lottery tomorrow? What if you were rich and all the women liked you? Would you be able to handle that? You pray for that every day. Would you even be able to handle it? Are you training for it? So mind, body, and soul is where it's at when we're talking about the before the change. When the change happens fast and you got to be ready. And then there's the during. There's during the change, in the middle of it, when you're not really thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future, but you're using everything that you've learned. And some people are really good in the midst of change. And they can easily recall lessons because they've memorized them, they're good learners, they pay attention. And some people aren't so good. But in that moment, the thinking is about your actions and what you're doing, how to stay alive or how to move forward. And you're moving with determination towards a goal. That's what the proper way to look at change in the moment is to be goal-oriented. And it's not that you have blinders on, but you're laser focused. And then there's the after. Now the after can be 10 years after, or it could be 10 seconds after. Both of it is after. 10 seconds after the change started, before things started happening, 10 seconds after that, it may feel like in the middle of it, but it's an after thing. When you react, when you're in reaction mode, somebody, shoots a gun off and you react. Any reaction you have is after. Some people have a really delayed reaction. Some people react too quick. See that in football. The guy jumps the line, gets a flag, and it's offsides. He reacted too quick. That's not good playing. Reacting too quick isn't good. Reacting too late isn't good. And this wisdom will help you learn instinctually how to react. Sometimes you need to wait. That's hard for me to do sometimes because I like to react quick. I've just been trained to snap into action instantly. And sometimes you have to catch yourself. Sometimes that's a problem, is to act too quickly and you act impulsively. And then sometimes there's people that they just wait too long. Do something, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? You want to smack them in the back of the head. Don't you see what's going on? Go do something about it. Kick them in the ass. And the after, this reaction, just like the during and just like the before, can all happen in a drawn out period, or it can all happen instantaneously. And this is why it's good to think about just how change works and how we get through it, and how we prepare for it, how we act in the process of it, and how we get past it. One of the successful ways to react to change is to filter out the areas where you feel like are out of your control. If they're out of your control, you can't control it. By definition, that means that nothing you're going to be able to do is going to change that. So why waste your time with that? Only focus on the areas that you can control and that you can get some action with. And this may help you to move past some of the hard obstacles that are thrown at our way, but to react faster to some of the necessary things, because you're not going to have the distraction. We can't let change ruin us. You can't come up with a life where there's no change. You're never going to get to a point in your life, no matter how rich you are, how happy you are, no matter what success or power that you have, you're never going to get to a point where there's just no change. And some people are so adverse to it. They hide out from the world. This is just some wisdom. 3 different positions of it. Food for thought.